Hey everybody, welcome to another recap with Gino and the star of the show, Doggy. There you go. Look at that, Cardi the dog. She's the star of the show here, guys. We're gonna be talking about NXT, or sorry, not NXT, WWE Crown Jewel Perth. I thought a very good pay-per-view, and all in all, one match that was not what it could have lived up to been, but it was still a very good match. Other than that, show absolutely brilliant. Actually, one point had me in tears, and explain why when we get to that match. It was very much a love note to wrestling. Um, I'll show it for the show notes. Yep, it was. We had a love note to wrestling involved. Two legends who, within a matter of 7 months, 8 months, are both going to be gone. Maybe a year for a year and a half, because I actually don't know if AJ Styles is going the whole 2026. But John Cena has 3 months left, guys. Sorry. Yeah, 3 months. That's it till we get left to John. Um, that being said, let's get into it. And pretty much, with the exception of one match, I was right on the entire card, wasn't I? Roman Reigns, Bronson Reed, I thought was absolutely brilliant. There's some very funny parts in that match with Roman Reigns versus the rugby ball. So say that. And Roman Reigns is a gaslighting piece of shit, but he's still a living legend. And if you guys did not see that recent thing that WWE put out, that Roman Reigns is constantly dealing with leukemia and takes his leukemia meds, which give him arthritis and shortness of breath and all these other things, and he's still able to travel, go to the gym, and do the shows. Good props to Roman Reigns, man. Dude's a beast. I give him till 2027, 2028, like I was discussing with Paula, and we're never going to see Roman Reigns again. I believe he'll be on his way out, which is rather unfortunate, but good on him for being able to do this while living with leukemia and keeping up the schedule he did at one point. It is drastically slowed down, yes, but that is also because I guess he's decided he's a big enough star where he can take the time off, and him dealing with leukemia, and now something will never, ever, ever go away, unfortunately. So at some point, we're going to lose Roman permanently. Um, but him and Bronson Reed put an absolute banger to kick off the show, got the crowd growing. With local Aussie boy versus the OTC. Of course, we had the run in by Bronson. Seth nowhere to be seen because Seth was in the main event, which should lead to what happened on Monday. We'll talk a little bit about what happened on Monday as well during the show. But actually, one funny spot where Roman just starts chanting, "If you guys want tables, acknowledge me!" right in the middle of a match. Just gets on the microphone while he's beating down Bronson Road. Says, "If you guys, Bronson Reed, sorry," and says, "If you guys want tables, acknowledge me." Of course, Braun Breaker gets involved, which leads to the Usos getting involved. And like I told you guys, the Usos would cost Roman the match, and they sure enough did. As Jay went to spear Bronson, and missed and speared Roman right through a table, which led to Roman being pretty much defenseless. Bronson Reed hit a tsunami on Roman, and Bronson Reed is only the second ever person to pin Roman Reigns in the last 5 years. Very, very, very impressive. Cody Rhodes being the other one. So mark that in your calendar. Roman Reigns has only been pinned twice in the last 5 years. That was a start making performance with Bronson Reed. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Bronson Reed. I think 2026 is going to belong to the Bronze. Not LeBron, the Bronze. Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. Um, mark my words on this one. I'm telling you guys right now. This is going to be something special for Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. I think I hear a lot of people on the internet talking about how we pulled the trigger too fast on Bronson. I don't think we did. I think that guy's an absolute savage of a star. Like I told you, the closest thing to Bam Bam Bigelow I've seen since Bam Bam Bigelow. Very good, very entertaining man. Funny as hell, the tribal thief. I love it all. So, very good match overall. It's a good story. Even had a little bit gaslighting at the end because Roman looked at the twins as he was leaving and said, "I'll see you guys in December." At Christmas dinner. Because it was nothing to do with him until then. He said he cost them the match, blah, blah, blah. Leading to Jay actually just saying, enough with him, enough with everything he wants. It's all about him, and now it's going to be all about me. I think Jay's trying to be like Roman, but he's too nice to be Roman. Um, like I said, very good storytelling, very good match, very good win for Bronson. I'm going to give it a gold plus. Following that, I believe we had the bout for the women's Crown Jewel Championship, which was, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Tiffy and Stephanie Van Care. Um, Decent match. Could it have been better? Yes. Was it good? Yes. A lot of good storytelling, a lot of good seeds laid. I think personally, the right person did win, even though a lot of people are saying they didn't. Um, Shortest match on the card by way by a mile, by 10 minutes at least. A little too short. I agree. People are saying it was kind of short. It's very good for two very good wrestlers. One that's only been doing this for 3.5, 4 years. This is where my gripe comes with AEW fans. You want to sit there, you want to talk about your Anna Jays and Ty Van Mellows and all this shit, talk about how good they are. Um, Tiffy's been doing this for what, 3-ish years now? 4? And she's an NXT champion. She's a a SmackDown Women's Champion. She's Miss Money in the Bank. She was in the Crown Jewel Championship. And Anna Jay's done. Oh wait, oh wait. Ty Conti's done. Oh wait. Don't get me wrong. I like both those girls. I think they're both good. But the fact that people are gonna sit there and shit talk somebody like Tiffy and tell this girl's not this or not that, or she's overhyped, or she's questioned how good looking she is. Tiffy's a fucking freak athlete. This match kind of showed that. Very good storytelling by both. Very good selling job by both. There's one moment where Opie Tiffany may have gotten hurt, but it was just storytelling. People thought it was her actually legitimately getting hurt. Something AEW fans should learn. The ability to just sell, because a lot of the wrestlers can't do that. Um, Not taking shots at AEW, WWE does a lot of fucked up things too. We'll talk about that when we have to, but I like to finish this match. Tiffany gets a little overhyped because she sends La Steffi back here to the outside, brings her back in, tries to go for a PNE, overshoots and misses. Steffi hits spiral tap and hits up the win. Very good match. A little short for my liking. Good interaction. These two girls have instant chemistry. You can see. I can't wait for round 2. I just don't know what you do, Tiffy. If you go to keep her face, or if you turn her heel and let Jade win the belt and have her just go after Jade and torment Jade. Um, just Tiffy face is not working for me. Tiffy is a heel. Tiffy should be a heel. Stephanie back here, listen to the year this girl's had. She came into NXT, challenged for the North American title, beat Fallon Henley for the North American title, went title for title with Julia, beat Julia for the for the Women's NXT Championship, held both titles for a little bit of time, dropped both. Um, what else am I gonna say here? She went up to the main roster. She won the Women's Championship, her very first chat. She won a battle royal to get the number one contendership to the Women's Championship. Impressive in and of itself. Had to wait a little while because Naomi got pregnant, waited for Io Sky, beat Io Sky, and for the Women's Championship and ready for shot to the title. Went to Saudi Arabia, Perth, Western Australia, won the Crown Jewel Championship and a very first shot. Um, what more can you say about a person in a 1 year run? Like this girl is an absolute and bona fide superstar. Don't get mark me in words on this. I think she may become a bigger star than Rhea. The only problem is guys have this thing for Rhea. Um, don't get me wrong, Rhea's absolutely beautiful, but so is Stephanie McHare. A little too many tattoos for me for Rhea, but other than that, absolutely drop dead beautiful. In-ring ability for both out of this fucking world. I'm gonna give this match another gold, not a gold plus, just a gold. It was a good match, like I said, a little too short for my liking. Very good moves, very entertaining. Kept you on the edge of your seat for 10 plus minutes. Following that, we had the love letter of the wrestling, as I like to call it. It goes about 27-ish minutes, and it's John Cena and AJ Styles for the very, very, very last time. John Cena's got 3-ish months left. AJ Styles has about half a year. I think it's. I don't think it's about 2026. I could be mistaken. If I am, please let me know. Um, oh, this thing was just an absolute love letter to wrestling. My highlight of the match was John Cena. AJ Styles goes for slaying for a phenomenal form. John Cena counters and people are trying to figure out what he's doing for a minute. He actually counters into the Sister Abigail because these guys are going finishes of throwback to the wrestlers they've been in the ring with. And he hits it 1-2 kick out, but the Fireflies hit right away, and everyone just starts thank you, Bray, thank you, Bray. And if you look at John in the ring, he's trying not to cry because Bray meant a lot to John. Apparently, John was helping Bray a lot near the beginning, near the middle when Bray was having trouble. Bray meant a lot to everybody. You could even hear Michael Cole's voice break when he said, or Bray Bear's voice break when he said, "We're gonna miss you, my friend. We'll never forget you." Um, very cool. Like there's a super kick in there. There was where John Cena legitimately turned into Randy Orton, hit the draping DDT, hit the RKO, was gonna go for the punt. There was Frankie Kazarian, who's the originator of the Deadeye. AJ Styles hit that. There's a shout out to uh, Fallen Angel, Christopher Angels. We had the Angels Wings. We had the Coquina Clutch. We had Sweet Chin Music. We had Pedigree. We had a lot of things in that match, man. We had Stone Cold Stunner. It was finished by a tombstone into a FU, whatever you want to call it. John Cena did win. I thought they could have gone either way with this. John Cena did win, so John Cena beat AJ Styles, and their series was going to end 2-2. Very cool intro for AJ Styles as well as John Cena wrote a special one for him. He called them the epitome of impact of TNA and the undisputed leader of the Bullet Club, which I think kind of shocked AJ Styles because he did not expect that to come out. But like I said, if you have 30 minutes out of your day, just go check out this love letter to wrestling. Um, as you can see by my eyes, it still got me a little emotional stuff thinking about it. It's been 3 days. This is also coming off Canadian Thanksgiving, so if you're Canadian watching this, happy belated, happy Thanksgiving to you. Um, but thank you to WWE for probably giving you my favorite match of the year. I don't think I'm gonna find anything that tops it. And people that hate on the match, go fuck yourself. Or not go fuck yourself, but tell me reasons why you hate it, because I can't think of one reason you hate that match. If you're a wrestling fan, that's everything you wanted. That was a love letter to professional wrestling. There's even a tease of a 619 at one point. Excuse me, guys. Um, yeah, just I don't know what to say other than to tell you guys that this thing was legitimately to me a love letter to professional wrestling from two people who love what they do, and you could tell they were having fun doing what they were doing. Um, and I think it should have main evented because unfortunately the next two matches after that kind of fell to a deaf crowd because people were still glistening over what they'd seen. We had the Kabuki Warriors versus Rhea, and sorry, I meant to mention you guys that's going to get the Ultimate Gold. John Cena and AJ Styles. There's nothing's going to be able to top that. That's going to get beyond the Gold Plus for me. That's going to get the Ultimate Gold there for that match. I'm going to do end of the year, one of these in a few months, and I think you guys may know what my favorite match of the year may be, unless I see something that beats it that's not recency bias. I think it's just the fact that they wrote a love letter to something I'm very passionate about, and that is wrestling. And to me, there's not going to be anything that can top that this year. Um, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm mad enough to say it. I actually had tears in my eyes watching that match. I felt myself crying. I couldn't stop it, and I tried. I yeah, I don't know how to explain it other than I had tears in my eyes was watching it. Yeah, that match meant that much to me. Watching it, I'll watch it again probably at some point just because it was there. It was at that time at the right moment. Two guys who have done a lot for this business and put a lot of miles on their body for this business and left a lot of living legacy that will now be having this match added to it and will one day hopefully be in the Hall of Fame. Um, with like I said, following that with the Kabuki Warriors versus Io Sky and Rhea. And this one kind of shocked me the way it ended because I did not expect Rhea and Io to win. I thought the heels would do something dastardly and underhanded in their first match as a team together to maybe even use Io's miss, maybe even have Kyrie use the mist on Io to further solidify the fact that she was fully healed and fully under Asuka's control. Not how I want it all. I understand that Rhea's a star in this is Rhea's hometown, but Rhea won last year in Australia defending her belt. Maybe this year would have been okay for her to lose. Rhea doesn't need to win to be over to get these things. Neither do Io. They're both just so over. They don't need matches and victories and matches that aren't as important, if that makes sense, or don't matter as much. Whereas the newly turned heel team should have had the chance to be able to solidify this victory to fully prove they're correct in the way they acted and why they turned heel. I just realized there's a white light going behind me and my light's on at my house. Hey Dad, those guys up there like that love letters to wrestling. That's really weird. I've never had that light's never gotten that bright in my house. My dad's here with me. He's a love wrestling fan and he's telling me how much these guys love that match up there. Weird. Really, really weird. It's never happened before, guys. Um, like I said, very good match. Unfortunately, was following that John Cena and AJ Styles match, so the crowd wasn't as into it. Io Sky took a beating for most of this match, was able to tag in Rhea. Rhea did some things, she got beat down. Io Sky hit a nasty looking drop kick onto Oscar. Also, ate two boots to the face. All four of these girls were absolutely incredible. But like I said, it just was wrong time, wrong place after that match we just saw. I guarantee you the final six people that were involved in that show were like, shit, we gotta follow that. The crowd just wasn't feeling it. Also, Gold Plus the crowd, they were absolutely incredible all night long. International crowds just crush American crowds. Um, I'm gonna give the match itself a gold because it was a brilliant match, well told story, well placed moments, four extremely good wrestlers and extremely good at what they do. Um, it just didn't seem like it was the right spot for the B. I know it was Rhea's hometown and they wanted to give her the co-main or main event spots, but I think that should have been reserved for John Cena and AJ Styles or the title match. Unfortunately, that title match had to fall with the AJ Styles John Cena match, two matches previous to that. But Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes always seem to put on a show no matter what happens. Unfortunate that Seth Rollins legitimately got hurt this time. It's not a work. He may have torn his rotator cuff as news comes out as I'm speaking to you guys right now. Absolutely fabulous match. He had to do it on his own. He told the division that he had to stay. They'd stay in the back. He needed this for himself. He had to beat Cody Rhodes. And that watch that was they've talked about 3 weeks come to play is Seth Rollins hit Cody Rhodes in the head with it, hit him with a stomp, and then a super stomp won the match. But if you guys go back and watch the video where he goes that coast to coast diving headbutt, which he's never, ever, ever, ever done before in his career, you can see his something weird happen to his shoulder. Either lands on it weird or plants starts to break himself, but something happened. And there's fear that he may have torn his rotator. So if you're a fan of baseball or football, you kind of know what that surgery is like and how long that's going to be. And I'm pretty sure this dude's cursed. Every time he gets on any sort of a run, he gets hurt. Um, Good for him and Cody for putting on an absolutely banger match. They're now 4 for 4 on amazing matches, but two of those four matches, somebody's gotten hurt. First with Cody, now with Seth. Both will be gone for significant amount of time. First was Cody, that 2 years ago now, and now Seth now. And if you guys don't, but like I said, just a brilliant show and a brilliant pay per view, brilliant match. That match is gonna get a gold. You're the right person not to win that match. I'm gonna give myself a gold plus for making pretty much every prediction correct out of one, except for one. I'm gonna give that pay-per-view gold plus. One of the better shows by WWE I've seen in a while. Even though people hate on WWE for everything and say everything AEW does is better no matter what WWE puts out, AEW is better. The only problem I have with AEW is every single one of their matches has to be 65 fucking minutes long. They can't have a 5 minute match and let it be okay. That's the beauty of storytelling, and I think fans like that don't. Indie fans that follow AEW and like their indie wrestlers don't get. Wrestling matches don't need to be 65 minutes to tell a story. You can tell a story in under 5 minutes. Don't get me wrong, I will be probably watching an AEW pay-per-view this weekend, and I probably will give you guys my thoughts on that. I will give you my predictions later in the week. Kind of predictable one, I think. This Darby Allin John Moxley thing has to end. I'm gonna leave that to a different day, different time. Um, Congratulations to Mike Santana. I was not even bother reviewing the Impact review because it's pretty much the same as this thing right here. I was pretty much right on all of them. Dark State ruined one of the matches of the year. I'll say that. According to that coming when according to that Impact pay per view, TNA, whatever you want to call it, Steve Macklin regained the international championship. They co-won the Koi Shop Battle Royal at Dolph Ziggler and excuse me guys, Frankie Kazarian. Mikey Santan has finally been given the rocket ship by a company as he's now champion in Impact. Trick Williams is gone. He's going after the NXT title again. I think Trick Williams needs to go to the main roster, rejoin Mello. He's just gotten stale for me. But the Impact pay-per-view was decent. I didn't watch all of it because I didn't have enough time and I have a life. Even though I love wrestling, I can't watch it all. Um, and let's get to the thing that everyone wants to talk about. Braun Breaker speared the fuck out of Seth Rollins. Bronson Reed hit a tsunami, and Paul Heyman is legitimately wrestling Judas. He turns on everybody, whatever benefits him. Here's my theory, and I could be wrong on this. I think Becky Lynch is the mastermind behind the Division who gaslit Seth Rollins and made him turn bad by the way she rambles and just goes on these nonsensical, unhinged rages. And I think people wanted Becky to change, and Becky's finally changed. I think you're going to see Becky come back as the godmother of this group to lead Braun and Braun's in with Paul Heyman pulling the strings. But I think there's going to be a fourth beyond this group. I think Brock Lesnar is a part of this group secretly. That's why Paul Heyman reunited with them and why they said they had to talk. That's my personal theory. You guys let me know in the comments below. But like I said, I'll be breaking down that AEW pay-per-view a little bit later here in the week. Maybe Thursday, since I'm going to be getting a tattoo done on Friday for myself. So there will probably be no SmackDown view or review, or even mention of SmackDown because I don't know if I get a chance to watch it. Um, if I do, I will jump on here and I'll talk about you guys about what I think about wrestling for the rest of the week. If not, I will talk to you till Thursday. Excuse me, guys. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed Crown Jewel Perth. If you didn't, please go check it out. Go watch it. Well, once again, I'm going to say it over and over and over again. That love letter to wrestling, absolutely brilliant. One of my favorite pay-per-views of the entire show. Match of the year, in my opinion, in that pay-per-view alone. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And other than that, we'll talk to you in a few days. Bye.